The Waisman Center really is a unique center, not only in terms of Wisconsin, but really, quite honestly, across the world.
When I arrived at the University of Wisconsin in 2005, my lab was placed here at the Waisman Center, and I was very excited to be put in this renowned institute.
So the four pillars of the Waisman Center are research, clinical service, training and education, and outreach. We have more than 40 investigators here at the center. We also have a collection of specialty clinics that provide clinical care to many patients and families. In the broadest sense of training and education, we have a childcare center located in the Waisman Center.
We have researchers who represent nearly all schools and colleges on campus. And so under one roof, it allows someone like myself, who comes from a human development and family studies background, to collaborate with someone like Brad Christian, who comes from medical physics and psychiatry, in order to do true team science research.
Examples of neurodevelopmental disorders would include autism, Down syndrome, Fragile X syndrome, Rett syndrome, Alexander disease. In contrast, in neurodegenerative diseases, you often have loss of cells or tissue. The ones that are more well-known include Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, ALS. We have made a lot of groundbreaking discoveries in terms of research and service. Many of those have translated into treatment, intervention, or practices that had real impact.
The study we're working on is called the Alzheimer's Biomarker Consortium of Down Syndrome, and we call that the ABCDS study.
We know that people with Down syndrome, the lifetime risk for developing Alzheimer's disease is about 90%.
The goal of the overall study spans many sites throughout the United States and the United Kingdom, is to bring in 600 people and study them over time.
At our last count, I think we had 30 families who have been with us since 2010. We get to see families about every 16 months. So we get to hear about their vacations, we get to hear about new boyfriend, girlfriends, new jobs.
Well, my name is Brian. I'm 39 years old. I live by myself. I work at the YMCA, and I like to watch TV, make my own food, sports, do it on my computer, always do, and I always take walks.
Brian was 3 or 4 when we got involved with the first program here at the Waisman Center. His hearing loss was actually discovered here.
I like that machines. I really do. You have to sleep. I'm a nap person, because I am.
Brian was excited to come into it. He never hesitated about it. He said, yeah, I want to do it to help other people.
I am Erin Colleen Harvey, and I'm 41. I am a teacher's assistant for Children of the Cross. I am part of ABLE. It's called Actors Breaking Limits. I've been to 6 continents and 6 oceans.
What is your favorite thing to do when you come to the Waisman Center?
The memory thing. I actually have photographic memory and visual memory, and sometimes it gives me the benefit to see things that most people cannot see.
You know, one of the things that's been really a blessing being involved in this research study over the decade has been that it started with something as simple as, can we use this tracer to figure out if it kind of works? 10 years later, they're on the precipice of perhaps discovering biomarkers or inventing therapeutics and actually making a difference in the treatment of Alzheimer's disease or the diagnosis of the disease or the care of the people who have the disease.
Now we're at the point where people can start participating in potential therapy or treatment trials.
We really care about the Down syndrome community. This is a community that has been left out of science and is highly deserving of clinical intervention trials and a variety of treatment options that are tailored to them.
What we're learning in Down syndrome is making a true impact on advancing research in Alzheimer's disease in the general population too.
If we really do want to push the needle on science, we know this can't be done within one discipline, within one lab. We really do need this team science approach.
We want this celebration of 50 years to really serve as an indication of the impact that the Waisman Center has had with people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
You actually truly are practicing the Wisconsin idea, and I think we have the best people here. They share the single vision of improving the quality of life of people affected by these conditions and their families.